The Yamaha MOX is an amazing workstation with lots and lots of fantastic voices. Not only can you play the voices, but you can also use all these knobs and buttons and even pedals to control your sounds in real time. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to play you some presets and I'm going to show you these real-time controllers. And of course, the first thing I'm going to do is start with piano. As you can tell, this piano sounds really dynamic. Why is that? Well, every voice in MOX is built up until 8 elements. Elements are actually waveforms. At Yamaha, we call them elements. And these elements you can use in different velocity ranges, maybe in different stereo image, everything. And how to access these elements just by pushing edit and then using these knobs to switch to the different elements. You can even use different sounds per element, and every element has its own filter, its own EQ, so you can imagine how amazing, powerful this machine is. The last element is even key off, so even for letting go, there's a separate sample for the piano. I'm going to give you another example. For example, I have this beautiful sounds. I can imagine that you find it really difficult to find all the right sounds really quickly, because you think, oh, so many pre-banks, so many user banks. Well, actually, in the MOX, it's really simple to find your sounds. How? Using the category search button. Right here, we have a button called category search, and as soon as you push that button, you find all the different categories. So you can go to your keyboards, your guitars, your drum sounds. For example, I want to have some guitar. I go to the guitar area, and immediately I have a guitar sound. This is a very special one. This is a guitar sound called classical AF1 and 2, basically meaning that you can use the assignable function knobs 1 and 2 for example, velocity switches. So I can say like slides or harmonics. So this is a really nice way to work with this machine. Not only you have guitars playing all these notes, but you can also say, I want to hook it up to arpeggiators. In this machine, so many arpeggiators. For example, you're a composer and you want to use fantastic arpeggiators for inspiration, or maybe you don't want to program all these notes, you just use the arpeggiators. And of course, many different arpeggiator styles in different categories. So we have arpeggiators for drums, for bass, the whole thing right there. Another example, clavinet sounds. Normally you have clavinet, but wouldn't it be great if you could hook up this clavinet to a pedal wah, for example? Well, I brought my FC7 pedal and I connected it to one of the amazing VCM effects, an insert effect especially for pedal wah. And then you get this kind of stuff, and you can play. You know, that kind of stuff. Maybe you're more into classical sound, so let's try some solo strings. Maybe you want a little bit bigger, and with this large section preset, you can immediately hear the dynamics again. Because if I play soft, you hear it coming up really slow. But if I play faster, you can hear it coming up. And then it just switches to a different element group. So that is the power of voice mode.